Discipline is one of the most misunderstood concepts in modern life. Most people believe discipline is something you either have or you don't, that some people are naturally focused, productive, and consistent, while others are simply lazy or weak. This belief is not only wrong, it is damaging. Because when you believe discipline is a personality trait, you stop trying to understand it. And when you stop trying to understand it, you never learn how to build it. Today, discipline feels harder than ever, not because people have changed, but because the world has. We live in an environment that constantly competes for our attention, an environment designed to distract, stimulate, and exhaust the mind. And yet, we blame ourselves when we can't focus. This video will explain why discipline feels impossible today, why motivation keeps failing you, and what discipline actually is once you remove the myths. This is not a motivational video. There will be no hype, no empty encouragement, only clarity. Discipline did not used to be this difficult. For most of human history, distractions were limited. Work was physical. Entertainment was scarce. Boredom was normal. Your brain evolved in that environment. It evolved to focus deeply on one task at a time, to conserve energy, to seek reward only when effort was required. But modern life has inverted that system. Today, reward comes instantly. Entertainment is infinite, and effort is optional. Your phone alone contains more stimulation than any human brain was ever designed to process in a day. Notifications, messages, videos, feeds that never end. Each one trains your brain to seek novelty, to avoid silence, to resist effort. This is not an accident. Most digital platforms are engineered to maximize engagement, not your well-being, not your focus, engagement. Every scroll delivers a small chemical reward, dopamine, not pleasure, but anticipation. Over time, your brain adapts. Tasks that require effort begin to feel heavier. Silence becomes uncomfortable. Focus feels painful. And instead of recognizing this as a design problem, we internalize it as a personal failure. I lack discipline. I can't stay consistent. I'm just not motivated. But motivation was never meant to carry you. Motivation is a temporary emotional state. It rises and falls with mood, sleep, stress, and environment. Relying on motivation for discipline is like relying on good weather to build a house. It works occasionally, but it will never last. This is why motivational content feels powerful at first. It gives you a short burst of energy, a sense of clarity. But then reality returns. Your phone vibrates, your attention fragments, your energy drops, and the motivation disappears. This cycle repeats endlessly. Inspiration, action, exhaustion, failure. Eventually, people stop trying, not because they are incapable, but because they are using the wrong tool. Discipline is not about emotion, it is about structure. Real discipline is quiet. It does not rely on excitement. It does not demand willpower every moment. Real discipline reduces the number of decisions you need to make. It removes friction. It limits exposure to distraction. It works even when you feel tired, even when you feel bored, even when you feel unmotivated, because it is built into your environment. This is the part most people never learn. They try to fight temptation directly. They try to resist distraction through force. But willpower is finite. Every decision drains mental energy. Every act of resistance weakens your ability to resist the next one. If your environment constantly presents temptation, discipline will always fail eventually. This is not weakness, it is biology. Think about how disciplined people actually live. They do not constantly battle distractions, they avoid them. They do not rely on memory. They use systems. They do not negotiate with themselves every day. They follow rules they already decided on. This is why discipline appears effortless from the outside, but the effort was front-loaded. It was invested in designing a life where the right actions are easy and the wrong actions are difficult. This is the core principle. Discipline is not self-control. It is self-design. The modern world teaches the opposite. It tells you to push harder, to wake up earlier, to grind. But pushing harder in a broken system only leads to burnout. You cannot out-discipline an environment designed to distract you. You must redesign it. That starts with awareness. The first step toward real discipline is understanding where your attention goes, not where you want it to go, where it actually goes. Most people dramatically underestimate how much time they lose to distraction. Minutes become hours, hours become days. The brain does not register scrolling as effort, which makes it dangerous. You feel busy without progressing, stimulated without fulfillment, occupied without meaning. Over time, this erodes self-trust. You start doubting your ability to commit, to follow through, to control your life. Discipline restores that confidence, but only when it is approached correctly, not through punishment, not through self-hatred, not through extreme routines. Discipline begins with restraint, with subtraction, with removing what weakens you before trying to add what strengthens you. You do not need more motivation. You need fewer distractions. You do not need more goals. You need clearer priorities. You do not need to become a different person. You need to stop sabotaging your attention. Start small. One rule, one boundary, one reduction. Consistency builds identity. Identity reinforces behavior. This is how discipline grows, quietly, gradually, reliably. Discipline is not about becoming harsh with yourself. It is about becoming honest. Honest about your weaknesses, honest about your environment. Discipline is not a personality trait. It is a system you can build, a system you can improve, a system you can maintain. This channel exists for one reason, to help you build that system. If you are ready to stop relying on motivation and start building real control, you are in the right place. Subscribe to Forge Discipline. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is freedom.